The Georgia Personnel Office provides these services for our employees in Augusta. Located within the training center in Warrenville is the training department, the audiovisual room, corporate communications, the bulletin office, and central trucking. The data processing and engineering building located in Graniteville contains our 2 computers and our engineering department. Our maintenance department provides an array of services to maintain and update our plant. Stevens Steam Plant, which is fully computerized, provides heat and steam for various manufacturers and finishing operations in Graniteville Company. The purchasing department, located across from Hickman Hall, coordinates purchasing and inventory control for the company. The research department, where such processes as perma-press and exit soil release were developed. Let's now tour a plant to observe the various processes in producing a piece of cloth. We begin in the opening room where cotton and polyester are prepared for further processes. Carding removes cotton fibers too short for quality production and separates individual fibers and puts them into a rope form called sliver. Drawing combines the sliver from 8 cards into 1 to reduce variation in the weight and begins to parallel individual fibers. Slubber frames reduce sliver into a smaller form called roving and more nearly parallels the fibers. Warp spinning frames produce yarns that run lengthwise in the cloth. Filling spinning frames produce yarns that run widthwise in the cloth. Filling yarn goes directly to the loom for weaving. The spooler ties yarns from a number of warp spinning bobbins into a single strand of much greater length and winds it onto a package called a cheese. Spooling removes any defects in the yarn. Warpers wind yarns from many cheese onto a beam. Slashing combines the yarn from a number of smaller beams onto a large loom beam for weaving. A protective coating called size adds strength and provides protection to the yarn from abrasion on the loom. In the weave room, we weave warp and filling yarns into cloth. Cloth inspectors examine each yard of cloth on an inspection machine. Minor defects are corrected, and major defects are flagged for removal. Once the cloth has been woven, inspected, and placed in roll form, most of it is shipped to our thread division for finishing. The preparation department grades the cloth for dyeing and finishing by a series of cleaning processes, such as singeing, scouring, mercerizing, and bleaching. Cloth is processed through dye ranges at high temperature under strict quality control procedures to obtain the necessary shades. The next process is finishing. The purpose of the finishing process is to give the fabric the particular qualities that the customer requires, such as permanent press, soil and oil resistance, fire resistance, and water repellency. Sand variety has a dual purpose to prevent future shrinkage and to give the fabric a particular hand or feel. Our in-process labs constantly test to ensure uniformity of process. The various processes are continuously monitored and controlled by computers in our process control room. Upon completion of this project, Greg will be the first continuous operation heavyweight dyeing and finishing plant in the world to be controlled by a process control system. After being visually inspected, the fabric is rolled and placed in specified containers for shipment. These containers are weighed, labeled for identification, strapped for shipping, and sent by conveyor to our warehouse for storage. We have the capacity to store 30 million yards of fabric in our warehouse. During a routine day, we will ship 1,000 bales and cases. Our employees enjoy some of the best recreational facilities available in the area. This is exemplified by the recently completed Robert P. Timmerman Community Building. This multi-purpose building contains exercise rooms, racquetball courts, saunas, an activity room, and a gym. Graniteville Company is recognized as a good corporate citizen in the community because of its participation in the Red Cross Bloodmobile and the annual United Way campaign. The Graniteville Foundation has maintained William Gregg's interest in education. Examples of this are the Graniteville Library at the University of South Carolina at Aiken, assistance to schools and universities, and scholarships to children of Graniteville employees. Thus, South Carolina still reaps the benefits from the vision and determination of William Gregg, a Quaker orphan boy who more than a century ago dreamed of a prosperous and industrialized South, and who helped to make that dream a present-day reality.
Graniteville folks are the best, that's what they do.
I'm afraid I've given you too big a dose of all this, but I just thought you might be interested in seeing the fruition of the thing that Gregg started way back there. And if he were to come back today, what he would see, at least in Graniteville, that he started. And I just thought it was interesting to go through the plants that way. It's a lot simpler to do it sitting here than it is to go through them, I can assure you. I've enjoyed being with you, and I do hope that I didn't overdo it. And as I say, if there are any questions or any discussions, yes.
When Mr. Gregg built the houses for the employees, then at one point he sold them.
No, Mr. Gregg died in 1867, and
1950. You meant 1950.
I think you said
I
they
sold them
them.
in 1850.
did I say that? I said I meant the 1950s, really, somewhere in the 1950s. I'm sorry if I misled you there. No, Gregg was born in 1800 and died in 1867, and we didn't sell the houses till almost 100, not quite 100 years later.
I didn't know what I misunderstood.
I'm sorry, I may have been misled.
I think it's interesting that I read someplace that Mr. Gregg was not one of the major stockholders, was he? And he received no salary.
Well, he was a major
A
stockholder.
major, but not the...
He did not receive a salary for a number of years. He took no salary,
I read this in
and
Dr. Mitchell.
nobody could have worked harder than Gregg and done more, but he would not take any salary for a good number of years.
I think that says just really how dedicated he really
Yeah,
was.
that's correct. Yes.
What color blue was Blue Row?
Blue
Here, I know, of course, it was blue, but how deep was blue?
wasn't really, the houses were white, and they were decorated with a blue sort of a border, particularly the roofs, the Gothic roofs had that carved decorative type border, and that's why it was called Blue Row. The Blue Row was the row of houses that he built on Gregg Street, I believe, in Graniteville. It's named Gregg Street, on which the St. John Methodist Church still stands, the oldest houses. And then later, when the newer houses were built, the inhabitants called that section Newtown. If you lived in Newtown, you lived across the creek on the other side of Graniteville. If you lived in the old section, you lived on this side, meaning the side that you come in from Aiken on, where the railroad is and the canal and all that. The canal, by the way, was there as a grist mill canal when Gregg bought the property. He and General Jones bought 7,000 acres of land in order to protect their watershed and their source of water power. And I understand that the records show they paid somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 cents an acre for it. Yeah.
For all of the mills that were ever Greg Graniteville Mill, was the one in Warrenville one here?
It was, but it was a purchased. It was not one of Greg's mills. It was purchased. It became a part of the Graniteville complex, as I recall it, around the early 1900s. It was built by a man named Warren and operated by him for a number of years and then bought by Graniteville. And Mr. McCampbell was the man who really put the big complex